Anyway, but man, stay with us. One of the industries with the biggest job loss has been the financial industry. Can that industry also expect a hiring lift? I just mentioned Morgan Stanley's going to hire 400 investment bankers. Revi Goldwasser is founder of JobsOnWallStreet.com. She joins us from West Palm Beach, Florida. Of course, Jobs on Wall Street, hailing from Florida. But I won't tease you too much about that. Revi, what about this? Can you convince me, perhaps, are we going to start hiring tens of thousands of investment bankers down on Wall Street?
Well, listen, Wall Street is not just about investment bankers. You have to remember that there's so many different facets of professions, from the staffing up to the executive, from the traders, from the IB side. So really there's a much bigger picture that you have to address. And there are jobs. Yes, have the jobs been fewer? There have been. In the past, they've been replacement. And of course, there's been a lot of layoffs, 2, 3, 4 rounds of layoffs. Now the market has stabilized. Things are looking better. Firms are starting to peak out. There's definitely been, in the last couple of months, there's no question, employers are saying, maybe it's time to add some traders to our group. Maybe it's time to look at additional portfolio managers. We are definitely starting to see some peak of interest. And in fact, the job seekers are out there, as I speak to them, as they reach out to me, also are telling me, we're feeling that things are stronger, there's more informational interviews. There's definitely a turn in the right direction. Are we going to see what we saw 2, 3 years ago? Probably not. But you can look back as to what happened back in 2000. We had a crash at the NASDAQ. The market pulled back, but it always comes around.
Well, it always comes around as long as we allow the capitalist system to have creative destruction. I don't think we have that anymore, and that's actually what worries me. As you're looking out there, the guys sitting at home, I know guys from the mailroom at Oppenheimer back in my first job on Wall Street, they're unemployed. I know former investment bankers, I know former traders through every firm that are unemployed. What are some of the places that they are hiring? If you're a former trader at any XYZ firm, what should you be actually trying to get into now, Revi?
You know what? What's very interesting is many of those traders perhaps have to look at, instead of front office positions, they may have to consider middle office positions, more liaison, operations, back office. Those positions still exist. After all, as long as we have a stock market, we're going to have an industry that hires. That's still going to exist. A lot of these professionals that were earning that 6, 7-figure comp, they're going to have to take a pullback. They may have to take a pullback in their career, do a position they did a few years ago. But job seekers are willing to do that. The positions exist. They're not as many. The employers they do exist though, but the employees are not as quick to hire, but they are coming out of the woodwork.
Jason, last word here. I mean, she just hit on it. We lose a job that paid $200,000 a year 2 years ago. The guy goes back and gets a job at $80,000 a year. How bad are salaries down across the board?
Well, I think that in some industries, and it really is dependent on the industries, but salaries are down for employees that haven't been laid off. I think that those salaries are sitting tight as well. That's another area that companies said, we're going to sit tight. We're not looking at increases, but we're also not looking at decreases right now. Industry dependent, I think it's sort of a mixed bag right now.
On deck, guys. Well, thank you both for joining us, guys. That was Jason Ferrara, Senior Career Advisor at CareerBuilder.com. You guys know the site. Go check it out. And Revi Goldwasser, founder of JobsOnWallStreet.com. JobsOnWallStreet.com. Check it out also, guys, if you're looking for a job on Wall Street. On deck,